people, you join me as I'm just out for a bit of a drive and we're stuck in roadworks. Joys of driving around Newcastle. So, I've just been having a think and I was wondering, how much power do you actually need in order to have fun when driving on the road? Ignoring track, ignoring anything like that, just literally, how much power is fun to use on the road? Is it 100? Is it 150? 200? Is it more? You've got all these hot hatches that are coming out and they've all got 300-400 horsepower now. But what do you actually need just to be able to have some fun? So, to me, the amount of power that dilutes the amount of fun you can have in the car. I mean, some of these hot hatches now, you can't get anywhere near the actual potential of them. We owned a Hyundai i30N, absolutely stupendous car, it's brilliant, but it was kind of boring to drive, as most of the time you just couldn't use it. So that only had 275 brake, and it was just, couldn't be used. As soon as you put your foot down, you're breaking the speed limits. So it's just got me thinking recently, how much power do you actually need? It's our little team race car. That's got about 120-ish horsepower now. You join me in a little Suzuki Swift today. This has got 102 brake, and it gets down the road pretty nicely. So, is 200 too much? Is 200 the sweet number? One of the best handling cars I've ever had, one of the most fun cars I've ever had, was my GT86. Absolutely adored that car. Loved it so much that both me and the wife, we both had one. Mine was black, hers was red, and just his and hers. Amazing. But that had just under 200 miles, 197. Didn't do anything to the engine. We tweaked the suspension ever so slightly on both of them, and it was brilliant. You could slide the car around corners, you knew exactly where the grip was, and it was all about carrying momentum and just enjoying cornering. I mean, you go down a country road in the UK, every country road will have some amazing corners on. But then you've got the flip side of things, and you've got people who, unfortunately, to me, they can't drive, so just straight line warriors. And that's not insulting drag strip racing, by the way. To get a perfect launch off a drag strip, that takes some skill. But you see these people in, unfortunately, it tends to be the German marques. They're in their Audi A3, S3, RS3s, and they go blatting down the straights between the corners, slam on the anchors so hard that you end up running right on the bumper through the corner, and then they start accelerating away again. To me, that's not fun, but I suppose if you like being pushed back in your chair, it is. That's the whole selling point of a Tesla, isn't it? So these roadworks are just continuing. It's supposed to be 50, but we're not doing anything near that. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, these people that do drive like that, they've reduced the amount of fun that can be had by the people who have got some driving skill. Anyone with a modicum of ability, bit of skill, you're going to enjoy cornering far more than you are just accelerating in a straight line. So, you need a bit of poke in an engine to pull you out of a corner. What's too little is, well, there's an example, is a little Peugeot 107, 67 horsepower. Is that too little? Or is the fact that it's tiny, weighs nothing, and you can absolutely thrash the little 3-cylinder engine on it enough to make it fun? Don't know. Had one of those, did enjoy it. It was a company car, so you could absolutely rev the bollocks off it and then just hand it back. It was grand. I suppose when you want to overtake something or make a little bit of progress, you need a bit more poke than that. So this has got 100 horsepower. On a good twisty road, it's more than adequate to pull you out the other side of a corner. Still lacks a little bit in terms of overtaking power, but if you plan it and you know the road, you know where the straights are going to be, then you can start accelerating and using your knowledge and your skills before you actually get on the straight. So you can accelerate coming through the corner, check you got your gap, and make your move. It's happy hunting when it's like that. 100 horsepower gets me down the motorway quite adequately. It's hugely economically as well. I still make the gaps. Do you need more than that? I suppose slightly more power would give you a bit more refinement. So yeah, maybe just a touch more. About 150. So we're now talking STs, Abarths, that kind of level entry there. Touch more than a Swift Sport. Would that work? So that would surely give you a bit more refinement. It would give you a bit more power out of situations, so you can accelerate out of a situation as well as slow down, reduce speed from a situation. So is that the sweet spot? You tell me. Have a think. Let's get a debate going. What is too much?